Ooh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We had a long break, and now our reign of best of ones will continue on here on April 23rd. We were doing summit coverage, now we're switching things up a little bit. We've got one ECL match in the mix, and this is Newbie versus DK, a single best of one matchup, but should be a good one nonetheless. DK are the pretty heavy favorites coming in here. Glancing at the bets, it's about 80% in favor of DK, so a little bit one-sided here, but we'll see how Newbie fare. Of course, DK hot off their domination streak of Star Ladder Season 9 Grand Final champions. So let's see if they can carry that momentum into this best of one against Newbie. Now, DK, they've got no stand-ins, and Newbie, I believe Mandy Baby is how. I think that's their full roster, but I'm not positive. We'll have to check once we get into the game here. Looking at initial picks, though, things look fairly straightforward. Ancient Apparition and Invoker banned out by Newbie, and Batrider Ember Spirit are the two banned out by DK. That opens up for a first pick Lycan. DK grabbed themselves Enchantress and Centaur War Runner, and then Newbie settle on a Puck for their second pick. Always a little bit suspicious to second pick a Puck like that, because as we know, Puck is a hero not immune to hard counters. TA in particular is one, and Newbie will go ahead and ban out that TA, and they'll also ban out the Weaver as well. Two very smart bans here. Lycan, not particularly potent against the Weaver, and Puck actually not too bad, but somehow or another, Naga will make it through to the second picking phase here. DK ban out the Sand King as well as the Nyx Assassin, trying to get the offlaner Nyx out of the pool, and just Sand King an irritating support to deal with. But oh boy, DK with a Naga, Centaur, and Enchantress. Already this draft shaping up to be a little bit scary for Newbie. Three particularly potent heroes: the aggression from the Enchantress, the mid-game control from the Centaur, and the ridiculousness of the Naga Siren. Probably that position 1 style of Naga, solo mid, carry Naga, or it could be a support. Always the chance to call that audible. One of the nice things about a Naga, you don't have to run her as a carry. It doesn't pigeonhole your strategy. Still a lot of options for DK. Now, Lion will settle on Lion for their third pick. They needed a support, and not a bad choice here. They needed some hard stuns. They needed some crowd controls, and well, Hex will do just that. They'll have an instant way to disable their opponents, and maybe if they can catch Naga off guard, get a Blink Dagger up on the Lion. I like the choice here. A good hero all around. Other supports left in the pool. Rasta is the big one that comes to mind. Newbie may well be advised to pick up, or DK could grab the Rasta for themselves. They are dire side after all. Makes Rasta particularly potent. But we'll see how it fares here. I am slated to solo cast, guys. I am Zyway. Thank you for joining us. I'm sure more of you will funnel in here. It's a big bet on Dota 2 Lounge right now. 80 to 20 odds. Oh, boy. Could rares be lost tonight, folks? Will Newbie upset DK? It's only a best of one series. Anything can happen, but there you go. There's that Rasta Pasta Shadow Shaman fourth pick for DK. Even scarier. They've now got two very potent supports in the Enchantress and the Rasta. They've got Roshan control. They've got some pushing power, and they've got ganking potential as well. I'm a little bit scared. Newbie might have a Lycan, but DK, they have plenty of tools at their disposal to deal with him. They've got a lot of control. And once they get some Blink Daggers up, this Lycan will have his work cut out for him, no doubt about it. A Quap Mushi, I see someone in chat calling it. Maybe it will be. You never know. DK, one of these teams that's just so darn difficult to draft against because they have such a diverse hero pool. We talked about DK quite a bit in our impromptu episode of In the Studio following the completion of the Star Ladder Kiev LAN Finals. And I don't know. I still contend it's that versatility. Burning played 9 different heroes across the 9 games that DK played at the Star Ladder Finals. How do you draft against that? There are so many styles that these players can handle. They can do pushing strats. They can do hard farming strats. They can do ganking strats. I don't know how you draft against it. And so far, DK just seemed to have the better of the draft. Now, Newbie will grab a Nature's Prophet for the offlane, so their draft is starting to come together. It looks like they will commit to a puck in the mid, and that means it will be a tri-lane with Lycan, Lion, and whoever they can pick up for their final support with this last pick. A Vengeful Spirit could be an option for Newbie. Rubik as well, particularly strong against the Shadow Shaman and Naga Siren. Even the Centaur as well, a lot of big abilities that a Rubik could steal. I imagine DK have to be at least considering him as their final ban. But they will need a support of sorts. And they'll ban out the Visage. Okay, yeah, another support that could have worked quite nicely. I don't know that Newbie were looking to do an aggro try here. That is where Visage really shines in a tri-lane on tri-lane. Hell, maybe it's DK that are looking to aggro try, and they just don't want a Visage in the mix. And OD, the final ban from Newbie. Not a bad choice. DK certainly could have run an OD here. Would have been a little bit greedy, but they probably could have gotten away with it. A pick they could have considered at least. You know, someone said Quap in chat, but now I'm thinking about it. Maybe it will be a Quap. That could be pretty interesting here. A lot of physical damage for DK right now, but Centaur and Quap, that is a lot of magical burst. I hear pings.
5 seconds remaining.
DK reasonably low on bonus time here. Let's see, what is their draft lacking right now? They've got a lot of control. I think just some raw damage is solid. They'll have plenty of physical. Honestly, Quap would work pretty well here. No, they'll go with a Gyrocopter. Interesting. So it will be a Naga in the mid lane. Thought it may be a position 1 Naga, but nope. She'll be their mid hero, and it will be a position 1 Gyrocopter with this Shadow Shaman. Enchantress in the jungle, and then they'll throw that Centaur in the off lane. Interesting. Gyrocopter, an odd hero right now. We've seen a few teams win with him, especially at Star Ladder, but overall, he is just not in a good place. Gonna double check it here, but I'm pretty sure his win percentage on this patch is still abysmally low. Let's take a gander here.
Reserve time.
And we'll see what Newbie will 5th pick as well. So on patch 6.8, Gyrocopter has had 100 games played, and he has a 36% win rate. He is 36 and 64. That's a pretty easy percentage to calculate. 36 out of 100. Wow. So he has won 36 out of 100 games. Pretty terrible. And that's enough matches that kind of within the realms of variance there. But DK will try their luck. He's still semi-solid. He has a lot of burst damage in the laning phase. Does have some utility. Good anti-push. And Newbie will grab Dazzle. Oh, how could I forget about the Shadow Priest Dazzle? Oh, man. Slapping myself in the face. So Dazzle, the final choice for Newbie. I don't know. I worry about the team fight presence here for Newbie. I mean, they've got some good burst damage on single target with the Finger of Death. They've got a little bit of lockdown with the Lion and the silence that Puck brings to the table, but I think DK overall just have a stronger draft here. More control, better laners, scarier carries. The pressure will certainly be on Newbie to make the plays happen here. Out of the gate, DK with a pretty serious carry advantage. Naga Siren and Gyrocopter. Oh boy, they are going to carry so much harder than this Lycan Nature's Prophet.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So, alright, we will load in to our 1 ECL game tonight. Just one, best of 1, DK versus Newbie. I am Zyori, solo cast, and Avery joining us here on Beyond the Summit 2. After this, we will have 2 more Summit matches coming up, but in the context of this game, let's get straight into it. And actually, before we get too far, let's double check. Let's see. Can we see Mandy Baby? Oh, God. I'm pretty sure that's how. Almost positive, but ECL, not sticklers about the names. So we will have Mushi playing on the Centaur War Runner. Looks like he'll be headed to the off lane here. It will be Ice 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 playing on the Naga Siren, headed to solo mid. Lanham will be on the Enchantress, starting off in the Dire Jungle. Burning here on the Gyrocopter in the position 1. And MMY playing on the support Shadow Shaman. Newbie will start with a 5-man invade into the Dire Jungle. They'll have Mandy Baby, who I believe is How, playing on the Lycan. Banana will be on the support Dazzle. Zhao 8 playing the offlane Nature's Prophet here. King J will be on a support Lion. And Puck will be played by Moo. Looks like we could actually see an engagement here to start things off. Orb forward, Puck will jaunt. Lanem maybe in some trouble here. Does have enchant level 1, no Nature's Intendants, but will survive. Just a couple of right clicks. They don't have the damage. More, they don't have the lockdowns with Puck in the front lines. And everyone survives the initial onslaught. One ward came down, and it was this observer right here. Newbie placed it, and going to get some vision right into this camp, and that'll block the pull. So how will Newbie lane this? Looks like it will be a safe lane try with Lycan headed to the bottom. 2 supports rotating down as well. Moo in the mid on the Puck, and yeah, Zhao headed to the off lane. So pretty predictable for Newbie. They won't do anything too crazy. And they will start off about how you would expect the lanes to. DK actually won't do anything too crazy with their lanes either. Mushi will indeed be headed to the off lane. The Nog is mid, and then they have this pseudo tri lane up top with Enchantress in the jungle. Kind of a duo lane with the enchant support. So looking at these lanes, who has the better of it? DK will have a slightly more efficient setup with Enchantress in the jungle, unlocking all of that untapped golden experience compared to teams that don't have dedicated junglers. Mushi may get engaged upon. There's the Hex to start things off. Howl already used, and level 1 Poison Touch. Won't be enough to secure a kill early on. Doing a little bit of return harassment as well. The power of that level 1 return from the Centaur. And he'll just start sucking down these tangos. Did start with a ring of protection, which will help him out a little bit against that physical harass from the Dazzle and all these right clicks coming out. So Mushi will pretty much get completely zoned out down here. Still 0-0 in CS, and the support's doing a good job keeping him out of lane. And if they continue to do their job well, they should pretty much keep him out of experience range for the duration of this laning phase, or at least the next couple minutes. Nature's Prophet, he's picked up 1 creep kill, but not really doing too much better than Mushi himself. Decent lane control for DK, and yeah, MMY, he'll just continue to press him out of the lane. There is a dire lane ward here down as well, so that's a DK ward in lane. They want to get a little bit of control. They want to know where the heroes are, and probably a sign that they want to be aggressive with that Enchantress. They also did successfully counter ward the observer that was down, blocking their pull camp. Other ward placements, we do see a Radiant observer here on the high ground on the Radiant side of the on the Radiant side of the river up by the Ancients, getting a little bit of vision of the rune. Speaking of which, it will be a bottom illusion here at the 2-minute mark. And the last ward to come down will be this observer for the Dire. And a sentry close, just falling a little bit short there for getting the counter. So that will actually help out Mushi quite a bit, taking a look at the Dire vision. He has pretty good intel as to when they're going to gank, when they're going to wrap around, and that will help his lane presence a fair bit. And now he gets to scout around with some illusions here. How's this mid lane going? And it looks to be fairly even. Moo 10-6 against the 8-2 Ice Ice Ice. So Puck slightly out farming him to get things started, but I'm sure that will change. Boots as well as Bottle coming on the Ice Frog here. Oh, what a courier. What a courier for DK. So Ice Ice Ice, just Bottle crowing. Nothing too crazy about it in the mid lane. Standard Naga stuff. Bottle crowing, last hitting, spamming the Riptide all over the place. Pretty straightforward build as well. 2-0-2. Puck gets his bottle back, orbs forward, sucks down a couple bottle charges, but doesn't hop to it, and they'll just continue exchanging blows back and forth. Nature's Prophet now level 3, well on his way to level 4, and Mushi still working on his level 3. So Newbie are getting the better of the off-lane exchange, but again, DK should have a little advantage here, well, at least in experience. Gold farm going the way of Newbie, but experience going the way of DK, compliments of that Enchantress. But a pretty quiet early game. Everybody seems happy to just farm away. Lycan is our last hit leader here, 25-8, and doing much better than the Gyrocopter. The Treant's actually doing some decent work to mess with the last hits of Burning. But he is 18-11, so still doing just fine on his own. Did grab Ring of Basilius early on, and will be transitioning into Phase Boots here. Lycan, I wonder, will this be a fast hand of Midas coming out for Mandy Baby, a.k.a. How? Very well could be. First blood attempt will be coming in the top lane. Zhao 8. He's in trouble. Gyrocopter starts it off. A lot of creeps nearby to absorb the damage, but there's the Shackle coming from MMY. Banana ports in. He'll interrupt the Shackle, and they'll finish him off. Dazzle with the Shadow Wave. And that's your first blood coming out for Newbie. Now Lon M, he's on the run. Not a lot of mana here on these two heroes. I don't know they'll have enough damage to finish off this Enchantress. But there's a rotation from the mid, and with Moo here, they should have more than enough. There's the Waning Rift. No more Nature's Attendants, and Puck cleans it up. That'll be 2-0 going the way of Newbie to get things started here. Just a bit of an overcommitment, and Gyrocopter, that rocket barrage, not quite on point. Too many creeps nearby. Xiao Wei just ran straight towards him, and that absorbed most of the damage. If the creep wave had already been cleaned up when they tried to do that gank, I think it would have been an easy first blood on the Nature's Prophet, and that's probably where it would have stopped. But instead, good support from Newbie, great support from the Dazzle as well to interrupt the Shackle, and that heal bomb enough to make him the first blood. And Dazzle was actually the one to grab that bonus gold for the first kill on MMY. While that was happening, Newbie were pressuring this bottom tier 1 tower quite hard. And not much Mushi can do to fend it off. He is halfway through level 4 now, at least finally getting some experience. 4 CS under his belt. He does hold the tower for now, just barely out of deny range. MMY hiding nearby in the trees, but Newbie will be able to knock it down pretty quickly here. Lycan with the Wolves. He is level 4, level 2 summon Wolves. Best they can hope for is a deny, and they'll find it. Mushi chops it with the axe, but now MMY, he gets engaged upon. Earth Spike forward. Xiao Wei joining the party. That's a kill. Lion secures it, and that'll be 3-0 to get things started. And Newbie, even though the tower was denied, still a pretty solid gold lead, just about 2,000 in their favor. Experience starting to move their way as well as it crosses that 0 mark. Banana just holding the offlane here as the Dazzle. Brown Boots, a couple of wards, but the Centaurs are coming his way. Call down will connect. That'll set this up pretty easily. 1 War Stomp, 2 War Stomp. No grave for you, Dazzle. And DK will get on the board. Lanham picks up their first kill. Meanwhile, in the mid, fighting over the top rune. Puck going blow for blow with the Naga. But will just jaunt back to safety. And it was an invisibility rune, but Puck burned it and was forced to drink some of his remaining bottle charges. Mushi looking for this double damage rune. It will get picked up by King J. Now Mushi could actually be in some trouble. Hex. Auto attacks coming in. Moo joining the party. No, there's the double edge. Centaur finishes off the Lion. But Dream Coil comes out, Song of the Siren. Ice 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 trying to make some space for his comrades. He'll be successful. Mushi walks away with a few hit points to spare. Or Willy. Nope, Lycan finishes him off. And now MMY, he's on the run, but Xiao Wei will about phase. No way he'll finish that one. Even though he has phase boots, and MMY just on brown boots, doesn't want to dive it into the tier 2s. So, DK, they don't come out unscathed, but they make it a 1-for-1. They lose their offlaner just for a support. And I think Newbie actually get the better of that trade. It is Lycan who gets the last hit. And Lycan did indeed go for a Hand of Midas. Kind of a rare item on this hero. Honestly, you usually see the Vlad's Medallion straight into Roche, and you just knock towers down. There's no time to muck around with a Hand of Midas. But Mandy, baby. Oh, baby. He's going for that Hand of Midas. He wants to turn creeps into gold. And, well, he's having a good time. He's still the last hit leader. He's free farming away, and not a bad game for a Midas if he can get away with it. Very little pressure has come his way so far. We talked about it in the drafting stage, and it's on Newbie to make the plays happen. Because DK have the carry advantage. Naga Siren doing pretty well in the mid lane. 23 last hits compared to the 33 of Puck. Ice Ice Ice's farm. Not as good as he would have liked, but still within acceptable parameters. Brown Boots, Basilius. We'll see if he goes for the Drum of Endurance before Radiance, or if he just tries to go straight Relic. One of those, if he can get away with it, I think he'll just go straight for the Relic, but not always the easiest feat. And Puck almost able to secure a kill here, but now maybe they'll try and turn it around. Enchantress coming in, ensnare from the Dark Troll Summoner. Wrath of Nature flies through and does a little bit of damage. Radiant top tower gets denied, burning. He'll get picked off as they try and finish off the tower. Dazzle secures the kill. He gets a couple cooldowns off, but to little avail. So that will be a tower deny coming out from Newbie, and they get another kill up on the board on the position 1 of DK. The news just keeps getting better for the Radiant side. But DK are in it for the long haul. I actually like the choice to grab the Midas on Lycan here, aside from the fact that he's been pretty uncontested, as much as they're just going to try and out-greed greed with more greed. I think a good game to try and get away with the Midas here. Mushi, finding some decent recovery farm now, has Tranquil Boots up, 900 gold, and level 7. So, well on his way to a Blink Dagger. Still pretty far off the mark, but at the 9 minute, he's doing okay. If they pick up another tower, pick up a hero kill or something, he'll have a Blink before too long. Haste Rune on Ice Ice Ice, just farming away in the mid lane. Puck does have a Dream Coil, but there's a Song of the Siren coming up in 20 seconds. Looks like they'll burn it here. TPN, Hasted Frog, there's the Sprout, Ice Ice Ice, the Nature's Attendants. Oh, wow, he hops out of the trees with the Mirror Illusions. How lucky was that? It's not luck, it's all skill. MMY comes in, but now he might be the target of choice. Some of the mana will get drained. Zhao 8 makes some treants. And over on the side, Lycan using the wraparound. He'll engage onto Lon M. And he's got no armor here. Dazzle has him completely weaved. And oh god, the crits. That lack of armor, that makes that Enchantress just so squishy. Easy kill for the Lycan. Glyph comes out from DK straight away. Meanwhile, on the top, Burning is pressuring this tier 2 tower, trying to create some space. Naga comes in with the song. Will this be just to buy some time, or are they looking for a setup here? Burning TP's in. There's the call down. And they'll connect onto this Lycan. He's got no shapeshift. The Grave comes out. Flat Cannon flies. They just want to finish this kill. There's the Ensnare to slow him up. Mandy Baby, one hit from death. Burning gets the kill. Shadow Shaman's already fallen. Ice 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 in the front lines. Burning taking a lot of damage, but dishing it out as well. Nature's Attendants buy him some time. They'll finish off the Puck. The Nature's Prophet. King J on the run. Banana, he'll fall as well. It's a triple kill for Lonham. DK, they grab the momentum back. They almost make it a full team wipe. King J survives by the skin of his teeth. But DK with a huge burst of momentum. The setup from Ice Ice Ice. The call downs and everything else after that. Burning just doing so much damage right there. The Rocket Barrage and Flat Cannon. Just too much for Newbie to handle. Not even a single point in the homing missile. Let's glance at the gold graph here. And yep, DK regaining all that lost momentum. 500 gold in the favor of Newbie. Down from 2,000. And Experience Edge going back the way of DK. And all of a sudden this Centaur, just 2 minutes ago, not so close to that Blink Dagger. Now he's only about 300 off. 400 off, pardon me. Math is hard. It's 4 a.m. here on the Pacific Coast, guys. I can't do math at this hour. Regardless, very close to the Blink Dagger. And Lycan does have his Vlads up, but still a little ways off. And even Ice Ice Ice, look at this, all of a sudden. He's going to try to get away with it. Just straight Relic. Not going to mess around with that Drum of Endurance. That's wimp shit. This is Ice 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 we're talking about. When he goes hard. And he's going to go straight for that Relic. And then right into the Radiance. Uh-oh, in the mid. Zhao 8 trying to get a little aggressive here. Will make some treants, and it looks like DK will sacrifice their mid tier 1 tower. No Glyph, no Song of the Siren, not much they can do to fend it off. Rasta still not quite level 6, so the pushing power hasn't even really kicked in for DK quite yet. Burning, not going too greedy here, and I like this. With a Naga Siren, realizes he doesn't need to go Midas and go super greedy. He will grab an Ogre Club and just straight into BKB. Not even a Helm of the Dominator. There's that Blink Dagger on Mushi and Newbie. They're putting the pressure on. They'll group up in the mid lane. This is a 5-man push from Newbie. They want this tier 2 tower. Burning, pressuring the tier 2 in the top lane once again. But not even close to the same level of pushing prowess. Lycan grabs the last hit, and now Newbie will just retreat. They're rewarded for their risk, and they will walk away with their spoils. Goldgraph will jump back up into their favor once again. Oh, initiation in the mid lane. They'll find Lonham. Dream Coil, Hex, plenty of follow-up damage, Poison Touch, and that's a dead Enchantress. No way about it. Not surviving that one. That was a 4v1 gangbang. Poor Enchantress. She couldn't sprink away fast enough. But I suppose one could say space created. Ice 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 now in the bottom lane, just farming away. Mandy Baby, 900 gold. Still farming as well. And here we'll see Newbie. They'll make another rotation. Puck grabs this 12-minute rune. It's an invisibility. There's also a Blink Dagger now up on Puck. So Newbie's big items starting to come out. They'll use that early gold boost they picked up from these tower kills to their advantage. They pick up another Hand of Might as well. One on the Nature's Prophet. So DK still with the late game carry advantage, but 2 Hands of Midas out on Newbie. That means they can play the static farm fest game too. And in the end, they should be able to farm at a pretty comparable rate. And they are not going to let up whatsoever. They'll just rotate straight to the top lane. Zhao 8 with more treants. And they don't even need the Lycan here. With Hal, he can help him out across the map and make this pushing so much easier. They'll cut the wave, intercept the creeps, and this will probably be another free tower for Newbie. DK are just not in a position to contest. Burning, still trying to come online, working on a BKB. Lonham, all he's got is an urn. Mushi, he's got a Blink Dagger, but he can't defend on his own. Puck walks right into the mid lane. There's the silence onto Burning. TP in from Zhao 8. Sprout comes out. Moo takes pretty hefty damage, but they've got enough to finish off Burning. Shapeshift used, and that's a 5-man rotation from Newbie once again. They hop on top of the gyrocopter, and they make it a kill. Some space down in the bottom lane. Rasta wards come out, but a Glyph comes. Newbie rotates, and they will hold this tower. Orb won't jaunt. Or Puck won't jaunt to the orb, rather. And tower will survive and ultimately get denied. 2 tower kills for DK. Both of them have been denied by Newbie. Very nicely done. And looking at net worth, Lycan, holy Toledo. He is number 1 by a huge margin here. 9,000 gold. The leading farmer on DK is burning, but he's only at 5.5, getting nearly doubled by this Lycan. He is starting to ball out of control, folks. He's just going to go straight into a Necro Book now. He's got that Staff of Wizardry, and there is absolutely nothing slowing him down. No holds barred, but the Naga very close to the Relic. Burning will also be rewarded for his greed here. We're looking at about a 15-minute Relic, maybe a little bit later. Looks like small bout of lag, and we'll have a reconnect from Moo. So, wow. Newbie with a lot more momentum than I thought they'd get against DK. This one's still far from over, though. The outer towers are the easy part. Newbie are playing this right. They're making it look easy, and they're putting the pressure on while DK are weakest. The longer this game goes on, the harder it'll be. The higher level Naga gets, the more difficult it will be to push into the base as well. Once the Radiance comes out, and now that Ice 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 is level 11, that 120-second cooldown for Song of the Siren is huge. That's every 2 minutes they have a free reset in these fights. Or they have a setup for the call downs to connect and the Centaur to get in position for a big hoof stomp double edge. There is huge team fight potential for DK here, and they have been avoiding fights like the plague. They've got 2 outer towers left. They're trying to create space wherever possible. They don't want to sacrifice their towers if they don't have to. But it's all about the base, and I'm not sure how Newbie are going to break the high ground against this DK team. Unless Newbie can find a fight way outside of the base and then press forward with some kind of a power play, that'll make it easy. But in just a straight-up 5-man push up the middle, there's just no way. DK might look a little weak right now, but just wait till this Radiance pops out. That's when Ice 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 will really become scary. Lycan better enjoy it while he has it now. Number 1 on the net worth chart by this huge margin. It is about a 6,000 gold lead in the favor of Newbie, but experience is pretty much zeroed out. Newbie actually have taken the edge, but just barely. Something like 50 experience. 1 creep's kill worth of experience. So hopefully Moo can reconnect here. Not sure what... I don't know what that means. CG Lee. CG Lay. Who knows? Could be anything. But hopefully Moo can reconnect here and resume. Off to a pretty good start here again. DK, 80% favorites according to Dota 2 Lounge coming into this. Rares could be lost, folks. If Newbie keep up this momentum, it looks like they do want to try to seal the deal before DK really come online. Nature's Prophet, he'll go straight into Necro Book as well. Staff of Wizardry, Belt of Strength. And hell, they might even grab another Necro Book as well. You never know. And Moo will reconnect here. Yeah, there we go. A little laggy on my end. It is on the World Perfect servers. I'm not very close to China. All right, here we go. We'll resume. Moo's just standing there, though. Okay, there we go. Phew. He woke up. Had a moment of paranoia there where I thought he may still be bugged out. So, uh-oh. Radiant, they ping out the courier. They've got a ward right here. That's solid. They know it's at the secret shop. They'll be looking for a pick. We'll have to pay close attention here. Make sure the flying ice frog doesn't get picked off. Look at this. Nature's Prophet. He's ready for it. He's got the Treant down. The teleport in. He's looking for the courier. Nope, he goes to the low ground. Never mind. Not even looking for the courier. Overreading it too much. They just ping it out in case somebody could get to it. Lycan will finish off the bottom tier 2 tower. And there's actually a smoke from Newbie here. King J and Banana. They're still smoked up. And wow, Newbie. They might just try to go high ground here. DK have a glyph. They should be able to hold this off. They do have a Song of the Siren. Ice 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 out of mana right now. And way out of position. He doesn't have a TP scroll either. Oh no. That could have been bad for DK. But Newbie won't press their luck. It's just a little too difficult to break that high ground, and they will back out. They'll probably clear out this double stack of Dire Ancients. Maybe not. No, they won't. Oh, wow, that was a big opportunity right there with Ice 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 way out of position. He will have his Relic now, and the courier will deliver it to him. So well on his way to that Radiance. Only about 1,000 gold to go. We'll see initiation down here at the bottom room. Banana gets caught by Mushi. He manages to get the grave off. 3-man coil comes out from the puck. There's the reset from the backside. Ice Ice Ice. There's the follow-up. The call down. Do they have the damage, though? Burning, he's taking a lot of damage. Burning will be the first to fall after the dazzle. Now Ice Ice Ice, he gets cleaned up. This is looking bad for DK. They'll lose Mushi as well. Newbie with a couple of low health heroes, but they'll all back out. Now it's just Lon M. He'll get cornered. He gets fingered. And they should have the damage to take him down here pretty easily. Yeah, they will. That will be a 4-for-1 exchange. Dazzle buys back in the end, but DK, what a bloody disaster. Lycan just moves straight into the Roche Pit following that. And now all of a sudden, DK, they're in big trouble. That's 7,500 gold. That's going to be 2,000 experience. That's an Aegis on the Lycan. There's your level 3 Necro book all of a sudden. Nature's Prophet, he's got a level 1 Necro book. They won that fight handily, and now Lycan more than doubling the leading farmers of DK. Naga might have a relic, but it's not a Radiance yet. And Ice 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 still extremely squishy. DK just getting punished so hard for this greedy draft they picked up here. Naga and Gyro, two great late game heroes, but we're 17 minutes in. They've got one outer tower remaining. Roche has already fallen. They just can't get these carries online. Gyrocopter working on a BKB, but still a long ways off that recipe. Puck, look at this. He'll grab a Necro book. Newbie, they need to end this, and they know it. They know they can't take it late game. They'll have 3 Necro books out on the field. Nature's Prophet almost at level 2 Necro book. They just want to break this high ground. And with an Aegis on the Lycan, they might well be able to do it. I fear for DK. If they make one misstep, if they catch Ice 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 with his ultimate off cooldown, if they force it out outside of the base, if they kill Burning, if they pick off pretty much anyone outside of the base, they should be able to press forward and break high ground. Even just straight up, I mean, they are pretty darn tilted right now. Last outer tower remaining for DK. Will start taking some pressure. Banana on the Dazzle, just chipping away at it, pushing the creep wave best he can. Naga gets initiated on in the mid lane. There's a Blink Hex from the Lion. Follow up from the Puck. Easy kill. Moo will be the one to grab that one. Oh no, it just keeps getting worse for DK. At this point, Ice Ice Ice, he can't even get his Radiance. He's stuck on just a Sacred Relic. Top tier 2 tower falls. The rest of DK down bottom. They're trying to pressure this bottom tier 2, but they'll all be forced back. There's the TPs. Newbie, without a moment's hesitation, they press forward. Necro units aplenty. Glyph comes out straight away. Rasta wards from the Dire. There's the call down to help try and clear up the waves a little bit, but the Shadow Wave from Dazzle assisting things. Burning takes a bit of damage as they clear up the creeps. Tower still with pretty decent hit points. And without the Necro books, Newbie won't press their luck and they will back out. But they force out the Glyph, and at this point with those Necro units, they're a much shorter cooldown than the Glyph, and they can just keep cycling through. They can just keep chipping away at these structures, and what can DK do about it? BKB now complete for the Gyrocopter, so that's something. Burning still continuing to find some farm around the map. Raising up on net worth, but this Lycan is now just out of control. He's got another 3,000 gold after the Necro 3. It's just too much. Uh-oh, in the mid lane, they connect with an Impale on Ice Ice Ice. It's not an Impale, it's an Earth Spike. Silly Willy Zyori. Same ability, different name. What are you going to do? Nature's Prophet. That's a level 3 Necronomicon. And there's a smoke on the Dazzle. Newbie are just going to set the trap, and now DK are just cornered in their base. Dire, they do have some decent vision. They've got a ward outside of the Roche Pit, and they've got one here in the jungle as well, but they're about to expire. And soon DK is going to be stuck in their base with no Vat Vision and nowhere to go. Rasta wards still on cooldown for another 25. No Glyph. There is a Song of the Siren. Tower taking heavy damage. There's Mandy Baby hopping straight in, or taking heavy damage out as the Centaur hops straight in. Lycan will be the first to fall, but he's got the Aegis. It's okay. That's what they were looking for. Now Newbie just continue chipping away at this tower. Nature's Prophet finishes off the Enchantress. Mandy Baby comes right back up. Enchantress buys back. Tier 3 tower will fall. Treants come out. Where's the setup from DK? They need to do something here. They've lost their tower. There's the Stampede forward. BKB popped by Burning. Mushi off the mark with the Hoof Stomp. Mandy Baby, that's how. He's doing what he can. Right clicks, going man mode. But there's Puck. Big Dream Coil connects with 4. Song of the Siren to reset. That'll keep Burning alive. Nature's Attendants come out. Rasta wards get popped as well. But Moo, he'll just phase shift. Orb out of the way. And they force the Rasta wards down once again. Still a pretty convincing team fight for Newbie. They get the tier 3 tower. They force out 2 big cooldowns, the Song of the Siren and the wards. That's 90 seconds. They still have all 5 alive, and they traded the Aegis for it. There's just no reason to back here. Their Necro Book's coming up in 30 seconds. They can just bounce these, rotate these cooldowns. DK in big trouble. Newbie, the unrelenting assault. They'll clean up the Rost Awards. Treants in the front lines. Necro Books in 10 seconds. Newbie, they may be forced back here. This is not an easy engage, but King J, he hops forward. That's a dead Shadow Shaman. They'll also catch the Enchantress as well. Just as I say, it's not easy. They find a way to make it easy. It'll be a 2-for-0 to get things started. Lycan wants to dive, but won't be able to finish off the kills. Nice hoof stomp will stop him, but it won't keep the barracks alive. DK are out of resources. They don't have cooldowns. They don't have a glyph. Their top lane of Rax down. Now Newbie, they rotate straight for the mid. They've got this tier 3 tower set in their sights. No glyph for a minute and a half. They'll have Enchantress down for 30 seconds. No buyback. Rasta coming up in 5, but he doesn't have wards for another 30. They'll hop forward onto Zhao 8. BKB from Burning. Homing Missile. Rocket Barrage. Just not enough damage. They don't have it. Radiant's finally up on Ice Ice Ice. But it just pales in comparison to the damage that Newbie have put out so far. They'll be happy to retreat, and they've got plenty of gold to spend. Where's the current gold? There we go. 2,200, no, 2,600 on the Lion. He could even be working towards an Ag Scepter. We could actually see the dreaded Finger of Death Ags upgrade. You never know. Puck still sitting on Necro level 1, but I reckon there's something coming for him here. Look at all this. That's a level 3 Necro Book on Puck. That's a Heart of Tarask coming for How. Holy Toledo. Lyca's getting Heart of Tarask. Centaur's over. Meanwhile, is like, oh, hey, guys. I got a mech. Don't worry. DK. They're about to get upset by Newbie here. It's still not over. Newbie have yet to seal the deal. Naga with Radiance. There's always hope to farm his way back into this game, but Ice 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 is just so far behind. More than doubled by the Lycan. Burning still hasn't picked up anything since the BKB. 1,500 gold in the bank, but still struggling so much to find farm. 20,000 gold, 10,000 experience going the way of Newbie. What's the Roche timer? Oh, still a ways off. Haven't even gotten to the RNG yet. And Newbie, they'll head back to the store. They'll pick up their new items, and they're just going to press forward for the base. Now, this time, DK, they'll have a glyph available. Song of the Siren and Rost Awards are up. So, again, it's all about rotating these cooldowns. Newbie will have to throw everything they have to force out some of the ults, force out the glyph, and then they'll just have to reset. It's all about minimizing their losses and forcing out the glyph with this first push. Here we go. Necro units popped. Treants in the front lines. There are 3 level 3 Necro Books for Newbie now. And this is scary. Rax already exposed. Towers down. Radiance Naga in the front lines trying to intercept the creeps, but the melee Rax will be the target of choice. There's just too many units. Mushi hops forward. Connects with a stun on the Lycan. There the wards come down. Looks like Hao is trapped. They'll be able to kill a few of the wards. Now stuck inside of an ensnare. Shapeshift already popped. Rax taking heavy damage. Necro units get cleaned up. And DK, they do a good job keeping their wits about them. They don't secure any kills, but they only burn the Rost Awards. Song of the Siren and Glyph still available. Both racks still standing. Newbie back out. They'll roll the dice. They're hoping for a fast Roche respawn. The initial 8 minutes are down. It'll be a long one. 2 minutes, 11 seconds. Not the longest possible, but certainly not the shortest either. A little bit unlucky for Newbie. If Roche was up right now, they could secure it, get themselves the Aegis, and then break the base handily. Now they'll have to wait 2 minutes. And that's 2 minutes that DK will spend farming. 2 more minutes that this Naga will have to come online. 2 more minutes Burning will have to grab his next item. He's still racking up last hits. Newbie aren't out of the clear yet, even though they're in great shape in this game. 17-7, 25 minutes in. Newbie trying to make quick work of DK. 3 level 3 Necro Books. Now they'll press forward. Naga out of position. Ice 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 has a TP scroll, but he's not going to be able to get here in time. The racks very well may fall before he makes it. Glyph popped. He'll pour it in. Song of the Siren. Where is it? He's around the backside. Melee Brax have fallen. Glyph already popped. Where's this Song of the Siren from Ice Ice Ice? They'll initiate onto Mandy Baby once again. Ice 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 off to the side. He gets pinged out. He's completely isolated. Zhao 8 catches him in this route. He gets silenced. Fingered. Ice 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 is down. Now this is bad news for DK. No Glyph, no Song of the Siren, and they don't have any Rost Awards. They've only got 3 racks left standing. And what is stopping Newbie from just pushing forward and breaking the base? Naga does have a buyback here. And Ice 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 will be forced to burn it, I think. As long as Newbie don't back out. They'll just go bottom. They're not concerned with this range racks in the mid. They'll let the creeps do the work for them. It's about to fall. 2 racks remaining.
Dire's middle
And now DK, this is just about an insurmountable lead. I don't care who's on your team. There's the buyback from Naga. Maybe that's all Newbie were trying to force. They won't commit hard here. They'll even get the tower down to about 2/3 HP before they back out. And now they can just rotate into Roche. He's coming up in just about 10 seconds. They'll scatter it out with the orb. Rather unlucky. They know the timing, though. They know it's got to be within the next minute. And they will camp out around the pit. That hurts Ice 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 so much. They forced the buyback, and now he just can't farm. The debuff has expired, but slowing him down even more. Roshan coming up, and Newbie actually won't hang out around the pit. They will retreat back to safety. DK may make a play for it. They smoke up around the pit. They're thinking Newbie's in there. They see the puck, and throws an illusory orb to scout it out. Are DK going to try something crafty here? They're up against the ropes. They're in Hail Mary mode. 2 racks down at the 27-minute mark. Means you got to do something crazy. You got to take some risks. You've got to go for Roche. You've got to go for guerrilla warfare. Smoke out of the base. Do whatever you can. Because at this point, they can't win the farm game anymore, I don't think. How much is it? 20,000 gold, 10,000 experience. They have 2 tower kills of their own, both of which were denied by Newbie. Here we'll see a Lycan Wolf just scouting things out, taking a look at the Radiant Vision. They've got eyes on several of the DK heroes. They know exactly what's going on. They want to pursue. Newbie are smoked up right now. Maybe they'll catch MMY. Blink forward from Moo. He catches 2 with the Dream Coil. Dead Shadow Shaman. Dead Enchantress to follow up as well. Great initiation from Newbie. That's exactly how you use those Lycan Wolves. They're mobile wards if you use them properly. And now, DK in the most trouble they have been this game. No buyback on the Enchantress. No buyback on the Shadow Shaman. No glyph for 2 minutes. All they have is Song of the Siren. That is their one last defense. And here it is. They'll burn it right away. This will be the last hold for DK. Call down. There's the setup. BKB from burning. Ice 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 just gets rocked as soon as he comes out of the ultimate. Ensnare is all that keeps him alive. BKB from burning keeps him alive as well, but doesn't stop Newbie from trucking the barracks. BKB off. The Hex forward. Burning in big trouble. He'll fall. MMY's back up. Gyrocopter gets fingered. He'll buy back. Ice Ice Ice. He just gets obliterated near the tier 4s. Mushi, he's back in the party as well. Barracks taking heavy damage. Newbie, they will be able to seal the deal. Rasta wards come down, but it doesn't stop the push. One set of ranged racks down. Or left, they'll fall, and that is Mega Creeps. Newbie have done it. DK won't tap out quite yet, but there you go. GG, well played from Lanham, and Newbie make quick work of DK. Rares were lost today, ladies and gentlemen, 22-7. Wow. Just wow. The odds were 80% in DK's favor. Hot off their win at Star Ladder Season 9 in Kiev from the LAN Finals. Maybe they're still jet-lagged, maybe they're not feeling it, or maybe they just underestimated the mighty Newbie. But the level 3 Necro strat working well for him. Howl on that Lycan. Absolutely unchecked. 6-1-5. An incredible showing. And talk about playmaking. That puck created so much space. 7-1-10. The early Blink Dagger. Just great play. DK try and get a little too greedy with it. Gyrocopter and Naga Siren, they get punished hard. 0-4-3 on Ice Ice Ice. And Burning ends the game 2-4-4. What a game for our ECL coverage tonight, guys. We'll have 2 more games of Dota 2 coming your way here on the BTS 2 stream, and they are both Summit matches. I am Zyori, slated to solo cast. Thank you so much for joining us for this DK versus Newbie match. VOD will be uploaded to YouTube straight away, but hang around. Plenty more Dota 2 coming your way after this short break.